All right. Hello, and thank you for listening and watching the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast. I am your host, Max Trujillo, and with me today, my good old buddy, Eduardo Mera.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Listeners may remember you and your two brothers coming on with the Mera Brothers Oysters, in our other studio. And this is probably
2023, maybe 2023.
Oh, was it that late?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So it wasn't too long.
2018. I mean,
yeah,
it was like 1 year into my farm.
So yeah, it was post-pandemic, but yeah. So you and your two brothers came out here. We sat in the studio. We chatted about not only your oyster farm that's out there in Davis, North Carolina.
That's right.
Which is effectively north of Beaufort. You're kind of like sort of Outer Banks, but maybe south of Outer Banks. Is that right?
It's called Down East.
Down East.
Yeah. Hoity-toity territory.
The hoity-toities.
Yeah, that's it.
The hoity-toity.
Yeah, man.
So, and then since then, you're an entrepreneur. I like it. You've got a lot of ideas. You've been looking to maybe open up a shop. You've been doing pop-ups all summer long.
Oh, yeah.
I've been a part of some of those. But now we've got something that's even bigger, cooler, fun, that we should get into because it involves a lot of the community that we love in this food and beverage industry. But we're talking about the Rawleigh, spelled Rawleigh, the Rawleigh Oyster Fest.
Rawleigh.
Rawleigh.
So when I first moved down here from Jersey in, I think, like 2005, I used to say Raleigh. And people be like, that's not how you say it. You have to say Rawleigh, man. You have to say Rawleigh. So that kind of stuck with me. Yeah. So all you Northerners that are down here now, you can come to the Rawleigh Oyster Fest and have a good time, man. And say it right.
Because you learned,
say it right.
You learned how to say it.
Yeah.
So it's November 8th.
Yep.
And it's also at Smoky Hollow where we did Bubbles and Brisket. And so it's a cool venue. It's a really nice place to have an event. It's kind of protected from like the wind and the rain and all the whatever, but it's a good time. And this is a month that ends in R. So that isn't that like kind of an idea of the best time to have oysters?
Yes and no. So with our farmed oysters, you can have them year round, all year round. Traditionally with wild oysters, they were harvested during September till probably like March, April. And it's because, they reproduce. So when they go into this, like the colder months, they kind of hibernate, get a little bit plumper, which we like to eat them at that point, and then they reproduce in the spring and the summertime. So yeah, month with ours, that's why. But with farmed oysters, you can have them year round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, we were doing these pop-ups in all summer long. Some at La Dive, some at
Heights House.
That was really fun.
We're doing another one.
Yeah, that was really cool. That whole venue, which is just kind of like across the Boylan Bridge from where White Hill is located, really cool spot. And it was out on the patio or on the grass. Yeah. But then you even did one with the Rawleigh Brewing Company. That was the other location that's out there in Clayton.
We did one in Clayton, with you. Zen Wine and Yoga, which we did this past weekend. We've done, a bunch, man. It's been basically every single weekend, and we've got a bunch lined up on the website. So if you want to come check us out, enjoy some good Ecuadorian ají and some really good oysters, we're at MeraBrothersOysters.com.
Mera Brothers Oysters, MERA, Mera Brothers.
Yeah.
And actually, one of the events that I worked with you, I think it was one of the first ones, was at Marbles. And when we did that, that was kind of almost connects it to what we're talking about when it comes to the Rawleigh Oyster Fest.
Exactly.
Because it wasn't just your oysters at that particular event. This was for the North Carolina Coastal Federation.
Coastal Federation, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a charity event, and you helped assemble a bunch of other oyster farmers, and we got up there, we spoke. I randomly, you were supposed to be the MC.
You VJ'd, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, I got Max here. He doesn't mind getting on the mic.
Let's get him on the mic. Ones and twos right there, boom.
So I just randomly became the MC of the event, or for like a short moment. But it was super cool, and with that, so you're kind of doing something that expands upon this rather than being like maybe, well, I wouldn't say that it won't be an educational event, but this, the Oyster Fest, is going to be more like a fun event. Like
it's going to be, yeah, I mean, it's a festival. It's going to be music, food, good chefs, farmers, a bunch of people from the community, a bunch of people from Raleigh. But yeah, we're going to be raising money for NC Coastal Fed, which is a nonprofit that, you know, helps rebuild oyster beds and reefs across North Carolina, which will help, you know, ecosystem, good fishing, clean up the waters, and bring back, you know, the oyster population, the wild oyster population, which we need. And then also the Frankie Lemon Foundation, which, you know, we worked with before at Getting Piggy with it.
Yeah.
So Becca Taylor at Frankie Lemon was happy to join us in the event, and we're going to be raising funds for them and their school in their giving month in November to kind of just help their fundraiser for that month. And it's going to be, you know, 2 good nonprofits. So a portion of the ticket sales are going to go directly to them. And then we'll continue to just hopefully do this again year after year, start in one location in the coast, and then kind of, you know, maybe work out with a couple other nonprofits in the future.
That's cool, man. Yeah. So for customers, people that buy a ticket, it's what, 12 to 4, right?
Yep, 12 to 4.
And you have participating chefs that are going to do, they're going to incorporate oysters in some dishes that they're preparing. Yep. So care to give us like any sneak peeks of maybe people or dishes that we're thinking about?
Yeah. So, I mean, everything is kind of transparent right now on the website. You know, we're going to have 6 chefs, 6 farmers. We're going to be teaming up with Jamie Adcox out of Cucciolo Terrazza in North Hills. Mm-hmm. We're going to make a dessert oyster dish. So, yeah. Keep that on low key right now, but that's going to be us and Jamie. There's 5 other teams that are going to be joining us. 2 raw preparations, 1 steam preparation, and 1 charbroiled. Or 2 charbroiled preparations, and
man,
so basically all your flavor, your palate can take. Like that's the whole idea. Make sure that we can come up with some new stuff. Make sure that oysters are incorporated, and there's going to be cool prizes. So there's going to be a live QR code voting. So we're going to have a QR code at every table, you know, with the booze, with the food, the entrance. It's going to tally. We're going to do results at 3:30 p.m. And, you know, whichever farmer chef duo wins, that chef gets to go out to my buddy's farm in North River and do an oyster tour, enjoy some vino or champagne, some bubbly.
Nice.
On a boat, on a farm, and kind of just hang out.
Yeah.
And then the farmer that wins is going to come to Raleigh, and in one of the participating restaurants, they're going to enjoy a nice meal. You know, 2-person, little romantic soiree kind of thing. Yeah, so
that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
and and you're drinking some crisp Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc right now, which would be perfect with some oysters.
Oh yeah,
and with that, because obviously you were at Bubbles and Brisket, you were in the VIP tent this year. Over at Madre, which was super cool. You and your brother were shucking and, you know, providing oysters there, but different than, let's say, the way Bubbles and Brisket was, where it's kind of all inclusive. I kind of like the way you're doing it.
Tiers.
Tickets are a little bit less expensive, but alcohol is more just cash bar, and you're going to have wine vendors, beer vendors, and everything's just going to be kind of open. So you can basically, you're just buying a ticket to get all you can eat oysters and the food, right?
Yes and no. So there's going to be 3 tiers. VIP is going to be let in early. 12 to 1 is going to be a VIP hour. It's going to be $125 for all you can eat oysters and all you can drink.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully not too much, but
well,
to each their own. Let's keep it that way.
All who can drink.
Yeah. You get a swag bag. There's only 100 of those tickets left, and I think we've already sold like 15 of those. So like we're moving.
The tickets just went on sale this week.
So. They went on sale yesterday, man.
Yeah.
And then the next one is Oyster Lovers is the name of it. It's going to be 3 dozen oysters, 2 drink tickets, and the first 50 people to buy tickets are going to get a swag bag as well, kind of like a VIP swag bag. And then Oyster Friends, which is going to be half dozen oysters and 2 drink tickets and an entrance to the fest.
Oh, cool.
So kind of just working it in that way.
Yeah, that makes it nice. Little little level of entry because not everyone's high on the hog.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I mean, and how many oysters can someone eat? I personally I've taken 75 to the face before. So I mean that's getting heavy on my own supply, but for sure. But not a lot of people are there.
Quite a few too, and it's like, I mean, what's the worst that can happen when you have too many oysters? It's like, is it mercury? No, what is it? I guess we're just not supposed to be pregnant.
I mean, it's not pregnant. I think there's not really anything that can happen besides I don't know.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
just and then it makes you horny apparently.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like,
it makes you strong like bull.
That's why we hang out, man.
I'm, like outside of the podcast. I have definitely spent some time.
We party a little bit. We hang out. Yeah,
from time to time. We've
cracked some sardine cans and
Oh yeah.
Those,
I got back from Portugal.
Thank you for bringing those. By the way, that was awesome, man.
My daughter had no problem taking those things down. That was
crazy.
Too.
She wasn't a fan. I don't think of maybe the spicy red sauce one, but yeah.
But you like the kind of like the lemony one, or
you've got an adventurous eater.
Yeah.
I've got one myself. Like probably my youngest son, he's the adventurous eater, but the rest of them are like,
by the way,
about that.
You're a baby making machine, right? So how many children do you have?
What you're talking about, dude? I don't know.
9, 10?
Yeah. No, I've got 4. I have four kids, 3 boys and a young baby girl.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's a year and almost 2 months.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do it, man?
Hey.
But no, it's cool, man. So get your tickets. That much is the best part. Other than that, let's talk about like some of these pop-ups and just like throughout the summer and all that. Like we were at La Dive. That was fun. I even had Modega Mo.
Oh yeah.
On the podcast. She is a hoot. I just heard is no longer at La Dive.
I heard.
That's fine. Things happen. Things move on. No big deal.
Biz is biz.
Yeah, but I believe she's going to be cooking some food up as well, and she knows what to do. That's awesome. Oh, by the way, if anybody's wondering, it's a little quiet right now. Hershey's not here, so he's normally my co-host, but I decided maybe not every week. Maybe not always the best thing for a dog to scream at you.
Me and Hershey are tight, but I guess it's okay. That's how it is, dude.
Yeah, he looked at me. He's like, "Who's on the schedule?" I was like, "Oh, it's Eduardo." He's like,
Hard pass.
Hard pass. I'm going to stay home. Yeah, no problem.
You son of a gun. You son of a gun.
But who do we got? We got Luis.
Yeah, we got Luis from Lagana
Zwine, who's also been former guest of the show.
We also have Lindsay from Boatman's, Chef Lindsay.
Oh, yeah.
Boatman's, yeah, that's going to be
Boatman's
good.
Is brand new, yeah. We're going to get them on the show at some point. I know I've been talking with Aaron and all, and Chef Eric Montagny, who's been doing some consulting over there as well.
Cool.
They're pretty cool. And then once their liquor actually gets up and running, that'll be even cooler.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think maybe 2 or 3 weekends ago, my buddy messaged me. It was Jeremy. And they were just like, "Oh yeah, we're going through the first batch of whatever to make some whiskey." I was like, "What are you guys doing? This is Saturday. Like, what are you doing?" That's the kind of people that you want, running places like that. I was super excited to hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And a lot of new places have opened up around here, so that's pretty cool. That whole area, like where Seaboard Station is, you got High Rail, which is like the Hyatt House Hotel, but it's like the rooftop. And my buddy Henry, who ran Crafton with me, is the chef over there, and so he's been running that spot's dope. So check it out.
Yeah. Then we have Mark Russell, who's doing Boucan. He's doing Boucan. So he was at Longleaf, and now he's doing his own pop-ups. He's actually been using my oysters exclusively for his pop-ups, which is awesome. And glad to have him join us. We also have Jamie, like I mentioned, Chef Jamie. Was it intentional or not that like most people involved were Latino? What's up? I mean, not really. I mean, it's a good mix of people, and it's also I think
because you yourself are Peruvian, yes,
Ecuadorian.
Why do I always say Peruvian? But Ecuadorian.
Are you like El Salvadorian or something? Like
Mexican.
You like pupusas?
Yeah. But I think I make the Peruvian mistake every time I introduce you, and I'm like, no, you're
Ecuadorian.
Eduardo from Ecuador.
Well, the thing is, like, Peru, Ecuador, we're right next to each other.
Yeah.
Basically, the same food, same kind of region.
Because the damn ají, that's why. Because I always think of ají peppers, and they're very popular in Peru.
Peru, exactly. Ají amarillo.
Yeah.
So yellow pepper, basically, is what it would be.
Right.
But, I'm Ecuadorian, born in the coast, Guayaquileño.
Can we check your papers?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, no, yeah. So, been crushing.
Big Daddy's been icing everyone over here. He's been Smirnoff icing.
Now we're gonna be. Oh, yeah. Have you seen those videos? I used to ice. Actually, when I made deliveries during COVID, I would actually ice people, like my homies. I would just bring a fucking Smirnoff, like the tall boys.
I've seen this.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I think nice. Chef Eric Montagny got iced at Standard Foods when we were working together.
That's
like, oh,
got to get him.
Yeah. But yeah, now ice takes on a whole different method or measure right now.
Oh, geez. Let's not even get into that.
No. So you've had conversations about opening up like your own spot.
Yeah. Those, yeah, I mean, that we did a whole podcast about it, and it's way harder than I thought. I originally, and that's why, and I took your mentorship and your like advice, seriously, like when we talked about it, because I was
that's why you didn't do it. There you go.
I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this today. Yeah, no, but it's, I mean, in an economy which was kind of turbulent and a lot of things happening the past 2 years, like just election year, political years, whatever. It kind of makes people a little bit gun shy and like a little bit like snails, man. So I get that. Like I'm not gonna push something if I don't feel 100%. So yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'd love to continue the idea and talk to the right people, but it just seems like when you open up a spot, you kind of want to open up your own spots continually and. No do it doubt. Exponentially. And so that's what, when you have something that works, why go and try something that, is experimental or whatever. Yeah, it's just like
currently right now for you being like you own your own farm, your own like aqua farm.
Yeah. Aquaculture.
Yeah.
Get it right, bro.
Aquaculture. Sorry. And then you just have some vans that are refrigerated, and you're able to just drive them into town and go to restaurants and supply them for restaurants and for pop-ups and for markets. And I believe you're doing some work with Whole Foods.
Whole Foods still. Yeah. We're doing.
What do you call your oysters at Whole Foods?
Sage Waves. So go on Friday. This is the hot tip. So go on Fridays. You can do a dozen oysters, bucket shuck. They'll shuck them for you, put them on ice, and put them in a bag or whatever, and then just send you home with them. They're called Sage Waves. Yeah,
easy.
Yeah,
that's not bad at all.
A bucket shuck, Sage Waves.
Dude, I might do that this weekend.
Let's go. I mean, you just let me know, bro. I got you.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What are you getting? This Whole Food sponsorship over here?
Get them on the side. Yeah. By the way, like I don't even know where. Like, I mean, I know where and how I learned how to shuck oysters, but like I
was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised by your skills.
Thanks.
Honestly, yeah, I was like, okay, this, podcast guy, like, manicured toes over here guy, manicured hands over here guy, gonna come over and just shuck some oysters, and he actually busted it out. I was like, dang, bro, okay.
Fancy Max, man.
Ska. You're just cracking them left and right.
Yeah, long ago, I worked at a Cafe Del Rey in the marina of Los Angeles, and my chef, Frank Fronda, his birthday was like 2 days ago. Happy birthday, Frank. He like just kind of was messing with all the front of the house folk because, everybody in the kitchen works their ass off. And the front of the house,
pretty boys.
Yeah, the pretty boys up front just kind of like stand against the wall and wait for the business to come. But meanwhile, if you're in the kitchen, you're like prepping like crazy to anticipate the work. And he just saw me one time. He was like, hey, if you got time to lean, you got time to shuck.
Yeah.
I made a huge raw bar, and he's like, dude, we have this big party coming in. We need to get 200 popped quick. So let me show you how to do a couple, and then I'm going to leave you to go do it. And he just showed me a couple quick little techniques, and then we had a bunch of sushi chefs that are masters at anything shellfish, and so I was watching them and the towel and the knife or the shucker, and just get into the little spot, hinge, and just use a little leverage, pop,
perfect noise,
and yeah, like it took me a while. When we did the first event at Marbles, I was like, oh shit, because it took me a sec to get like. the first couple open.
It was like maybe 3 or 4, and I was like, okay. And you were flipping them. You're doing the courtesy flip.
Oh yeah, you got to do the courtesy flip.
You got to do the courtesy flip. That's I love saying that's a T-shirt. By the way, oh yeah, you welcome anyone that's going to take that now.
Yeah, what he's talking about is when you get an oyster, it's still kind of tied to the bottom of the shell, so you run the shucker underneath and you kind of slice it up. But then once you've done that, you give it a little flip.
Flip it over.
It looks nice because that underbelly is real beautiful once it's been released from its shell.
You cut the abductor muscle, and then just like in one movement.
Yeah.
Boom.
So yeah, but I think after my first dozen, then I got the rhythm and I was like, okay, here we go. And then even your brother was like, okay, like I think I could go leave and do these things. I'm like, I got it.
Crushing, dude. Like that was impressive. And again, your nails look amazing, by the way.
I mean, I did get. I got a pedicure with my daughters. I didn't do my hands. But every now and then you got to let the ladies.
That's lead. It, man. You got to let them breathe.
Yeah.
You got to let.
My toes look beautiful right now.
Dude, I have baby soft feet. I don't even know how. Like every single girlfriend I've ever had has always been like, "How are your feet so soft?" I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I should, put them on Foot Finder.
Maybe you're like in the bed. Maybe it's because you're like laying on your back in the bed too often while you have 4 kids.
Oh shit! Surprising. I don't like to walk. I think it's credited to I don't walk without sandals around the house or anywhere. I have to have sandals or shoes.
You're never barefoot?
I don't like being barefoot, man. It's not like a weird thing. I will touch grass.
Okay,
touch grass.
Yeah.
No,
I will allow the grass.
That's what kids say whenever like someone's playing video games nowadays. They're like, dude, go outside and touch some grass.
Oh yeah,
go outside and touch some grass. Yeah, but yeah. So no, I'll go out and ground myself and get all hippie about it sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I'm a barefoot guy. I like being barefoot. Actually, when I was in a band, I was in a band for a few years, Blackfall, in Los Angeles, and that was our thing. We were barefoot on stage. Like all of us were just barefoot, and we played acoustic instruments, so we looked very hippie. But our music was like heavy for being acoustic, so there was a cool vibe. Yeah.
What's the like? What could correlate? In the sense of like it's a sense of like the sound.
So sonically, we sounded like acoustic Zeppelin-esque, but like there was a lot of guitar work, and so I would say take me and the lead guitarist or lead singer. I was, I guess, the lead guitarist. The lead singer was the greatest guitarist and musician in our band, but I also could play pretty well. And we would do harmonic leads together, like Judas Priest or Iron Maiden or like old Metallica.
Very cool.
But on acoustic. But on 12-string acoustics. Oh. So we were hitting octaves.
So you were on a sitar
thing, and doing it in minor thirds and like on harmonics the whole time. And then our 6-string guitarist was simply playing rhythm, but not, he was playing these like crazy rhythms that were like heavy syncopated beats. And then instead of a drum kit, we had a full hand percussion setup with Vincent, who played it like a drum kit. So it was a very different. And then I played organ, and we had a bass player.
It's almost like the beginning of, it sounds like Incubus at the beginning.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Honestly, very old school, like Incubus, actually, like 96, 95 Incubus, or whenever they were formed.
When we recorded our first demo, it was like a 4-song EP. We did it in Malibu, and we did it half a block away from Morning View Studios, where Incubus was recording it, and they were recording Morning View, the album, at the exact same time.
That's crazy. And look at that call out right there. Boom.
And this is weird. It's no joke when this happens. Like when we finished our album, Morning View hadn't come out yet, so I hadn't heard those songs. But we finished recording on a full moon, and we were literally on the water. Like Josh, our rhythm guitarist and like background singer, was living on the water. And we're recording at his house. It was actually kind of cool. He lived in this apartment complex where they were going to condemn it, so he was the last one to live there, and the other apartments were empty, so we could be as loud as we wanted. So we recorded there. But on the last day, the full moon was activating that ocean to its to the nth degree. Yeah, full potential. And so the very last song we have, Dazed Company, if you listen to the very end, I went out there with a microphone and I recorded the waves crashing in for like a good minute and a half. And it's intense. Now, if you listen to the very end of Morning View from Incubus when they were recording at the same time,
it was the same day, dude. Probably.
Well, no, the other thing that was also happening at that time where the frogs were like, what do they call it when they all mate?
Mating?
Like, but
season, whatever.
Yeah, there's like a term.
Croaking.
But there's like, it's like they're all like coming to.
Croaking.
They're all like, it's a big orgy,
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
But that was happening the same day or same weekend. And if you listen to the very end of the Morning View Incubus album on Aquacious Transmissions,
yeah.
It ends with a bunch of frogs going. And so we faded the songs out with all this like nature. And those things were literally happening at the same time, which, we don't know Incubus. I mean, I went backstage with them one time, but like I don't really know them. But that was pretty cool. So,
yeah, I mean, and what a random call out.
Yeah.
What a random, let me just go in your soul and know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. That's awesome. I mean, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Small world.
So, yeah, I mean, dude, oysters in itself, like I've always been keen on them, and having worked in seafood restaurants and working up like with like Wolfgang Puck, there was always, tons of oysters around. But moving to North Carolina, that's like a whole new level of appreciation for oysters. And I know we talked about it before, but I mean, it's been, 2 years, so who cares? Mm-hmm. Just talking about it, like, if you're on like the Pacific Northwest, you get those like kushis and kumamotos, like they're little and it's cold water. It's real cold out there, but they tend to be like smaller oysters. And then when you get down to the Gulf of America, the Gulf of what was Mexico, they're like a little bit more warm water. And so those oysters get big. They're fat boys.
Oh yeah.
And like
thick boys.
Personally, I don't like those as much. I feel like I'm eating someone else's tongue.
Yeah, cow tongue. I always call it a cow tongue. And I love lingua when I'm having a taco, but not when I'm having an oyster, man. I like, cocktail sized oyster, probably like tops 3 inches. Like,
I'm always like concerned, like I don't know when I'm done eating. Well, am I gonna start eating my own tongue?
Yeah, it's too much, man. And so it's changed.
But the oysters here on the North Carolina coastline, I mean, I can say it, but I want you to tell me, like, there's something kind of magical going on with the oysters here, because you also get all the northeastern. I mean, you're a Philly guy with the hat.
I mean, it is what it is. Yeah,
good job. You guys are 1-0. Raiders 1-0 too. So there we go.
Raiders too.
But there's something magical happening in the Outer Banks and like that whole North Carolina coastline where the oysters are just phenomenal. It's a different thing. Like, can you tell me why?
So we have a lot of estuary, man. So basically, we have a lot of water and land that is perfect for oyster growth. So the second largest estuary on the East Coast is going to be Virginia, where we're first largest. Second largest is us. Yeah. So basically, it's random little bodies of water that have their own terroir. So they have their own flavor. Like with our wine right now, it's terroir. So wherever that wine is grown, if it has marble, anything in the ground, it's going to have that flavor. But in North Carolina, you have places that are going to be like North River, where it's super salty, it moves a good amount, has a good like water exchange daily. So that water just changing up is going to produce a really good oyster. And then if you go down south, like NC oysters, like the Dukes or topsoil, mm-hmm. like Connor and Alyssa make a great oyster. Like they're meticulous with details, good grout situation. The water's perfect, nice and salty. And then us, we're in Oyster Creek, man. People have been harvesting oysters there for like, I want to say, from what I've seen in there's this historian called David Sesleski. So he writes, he goes through like basically the archives, NC archives, and he writes a lot of really cool essays. And randomly I was just searching like Oyster Creek years ago, and I found his information. But they know that people have been harvesting oysters in Oyster Creek for like 300 years. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and people have been doing that forever. And then we don't even know what they were doing, when Native Americans were here, and because basically they were doing aquaculture and kind of figuring out the same thing even before we touch base here. So it's cool to see. But North Carolina just has a lot of pockets, a lot of nice salty oysters. Our waters are warm year round, besides like 3 months out of the year. So we can grow them really quick, get them out to market comparatively to like, California,
Maybe
Washington.
The months ending in R thing is probably a little bit more West Coast. Maybe like it matters more there because the waters do get, it's cold, but then it gets warm, and so it really affects. There's not like a temperate level, but
it used to matter more, and it's also like farmed oysters are they're sterile, so they're bred to not breed, or they're made to not breed. So basically, they don't have to go through the process of molting and reproducing, so they never get smaller. They stay plump year round. But there are the wild oysters that will just lose everything during the spring and the summertime. So that's what it typically is. But also, I've been sending out oysters to other places and across the states, and they're like, man, these oysters are a little too salty. I'm like, a salty oyster?
I will say,
I get it.
If you're comparing them to Pacific Northwest, those are pretty fresh and clean.
Yeah, or PEI.
PEI.
That's what I'm mainly getting compared to. I'm like, okay, I understand but it's like, I don't know. Most people like a salty oyster. I've gotten responses from people and just randomly emailing me and just being like, "This are some of the best oysters I've ever had. I never thought North Carolina could produce oysters like this," and it's just like, thank you. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, they're legit, and
they were from Washington D.C.
And what you guys do, adding your Ecuadorian flair with the ají peppers, you're making almost like a ceviche in a shell.
Yeah, man, ceviche on a shell.
You won't give me the recipe. You said family secret. That's fine. So screw you. But what's the what's the idea at least? So
it's citrus based. It's a citrus based veggie mignonette, and ceviche on a shell. It kind of just changes up the whole flavor of the oyster. It kind of just makes it, one bite kind of sushi situation.
Yeah.
Natural sushi, which I always think oysters are basically natural sushi.
Totally.
And all legit foodies are about oysters, man. Let's talk about Bourdain. That was, he said that's how he, the first thing when he was in France, and I think he was a kid or something. He went to France with his family and he tasted an oyster for the first time. It kind of changed his whole life.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I had an oyster. It was here at the 42nd Street Oyster Fest. Yeah, man. So it was the first.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. I mean, who knows? It might be resurrected.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also 42nd might be resurrected too.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah,
we'll
that's
see.
right. Yeah. Though it's a little rumor mill that I think Hobby Properties owns it. They have who owns Standard Foods and all. And I think they quoted John to say that he was looking to maybe find somebody to do it. Yeah. Why not? I mean,
that'd be cool.
It had such a built-in infrastructure of business.
Raw Dogs Oyster Bar.
Right? Yeah. So for those that want to invest in, I mean, that's a pretty sound investment to go back into, go back in, refurb, put some lipstick on that pig of 42nd Oyster.
It's a massive building, man.
Yeah, and it's in a good location. It's easy to get to, and you're right next to Glenwood South, and just downtown, easy. So, and it has its own parking. So, yeah. Why not?
Heck yeah, man.
Well, cool, dude. I mean, what else we got going on?
We need
balls
some
back. Weather's starting to get cool.
Yeah. Things are coming along, man. Hopscotch just happened, and everyone in the industry is kind of happy that it's done.
Yeah, every year I always want to say I want to be a part of it, and then every year I'd never do any of it because I always have my kids, and we do something, and So I watched from social media, and it looked really awesome. But
it's kind of like the fair. I do the same thing, dude. It's like I always say I'm going to go, and then I don't, but.
Yeah, I'm good with not going to the fair. I've done that.
I have to continually talk my kids out of wanting to go to the fair, and I'm like, man, you don't know, but I get it. I'll just order that stuff if you really want that. We could do that at the house. We'll have a house fair.
We'll deep fry some Twinkies here. At the house.
Besides that, you guys don't eat half of this stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, this is good. I think we're in a good place where we could. You and I are probably just gonna go get a beer right now.
Hell yeah,
hang out. But
sounds like a fucking plan.
Yeah,
budget plan, by the way, my mistake.
What's that?
No, I'm just. I was correcting myself.
So let's, as a quick reminder, now we got some time, so I'll probably mention it a few times before as we get closer to the date. But this is more the save the date, if you will. It's Saturday, November 8th at Smoky Hollow, which is, just adjacent to downtown, the center of downtown Raleigh, from 1 to 4, VIPs from noon to 1. Yep. And you can get your tickets at
Rawleigh, RAWLEIGH, oysterfestival.com.
Yeah.
Or you can just go on Instagram, Rawleigh Oyster Fest.
Yeah.
And you find us that way. We're linked in.
We just put a post up on the NCFMB as well, so you can link it to there too. So
awesome work from Katie Stewart, by the way. She was the artist who took the pictures. Oh, cool. Man, we sat there. I was like in the summer heat, just holding like one of those reflector things, just like blaring, just like drenched in sweat.
You had it
just
backwards.
It was bad, dude. Yeah, wait.
Like, I'm not getting anything, but meanwhile you're like burning your skin. Like, oh, it's bad.
Hey, man. Yeah. I am albino. Stop it.
I know. You need a little sun here and there. No. Well, cool. So go get your oysters. Go pair them with some nice bubbly or some Sauv Blanc or a Moscato or a Riesling.
Some Bond Brothers beer, some Trophy beer, and some Blackbird beer. I mean, that's their sponsorship. Yeah, they're sponsors. Downtown Raleigh Alliance is also joining us, and we're gonna have a good time. Let's crack them and have a good time.
Sounds good. Well, thanks everybody. Talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to the North Carolina Food and Beverage Podcast. By rating us online, you're helping others to discover our show. Follow us on all platforms at NCFB Pod.